everybody. It's your girl Rachel here from What's Up Dallas Magazine. I have another special guest on my show today. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Very blessed. Had a great Christmas and just getting ready for the new year. So very
That's
excited about that.
fabulous. Yes, I'm excited for you. So introduce yourself and tell everybody your social media.
Okay, so my name is Kamione Chambers. I am a fitness entrepreneur and an author as well. You guys can follow me on my fitness social media at Montel Fitness, M as in Mary, O, N as in Nancy, Teil Fitness. It is all one word. You guys can be tuned in for workout videos, for vlogs, for motivational talks. So go ahead and log in for that. And in terms of my Instagram for my books coming out, I just dropped my first one in October titled My Heart Says Yes. And the next one will be coming out top of the year. You guys can be following me on Instagram with Montel Motivation. It is all one word. M as in Mary, O, N as in Nancy, Teil, motivation. So Montel Fitness for TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and just for my books, Montel Motivation.
Sweet. So jumping right into that, you being an author, tell me about your book.
So this first one that I wrote is titled "My Heart Says Yes." He's on a journey, and along the way is when people trying to stop him, people that he's helping. You guys can see him on the journey. That's why some pages are in the daytime, some pages are at night, because I wanted to show that when you're on a journey, it's not a one day end all be all. So it takes months, it takes years, potentially, depending on how big or how small your goal is. So that's what the book is about. And it can relate to everyone. But I did cater it for the kids. I wrote it in poem format. And I wanted to write like a manifesto that someone can read every single day or read at different points of their life and have different connections with the book. So that's what this first one is about.
And what inspired you to write this book?
Honestly, just a multitude of reading reasons. The first one is I just felt like society really needs it right now. I haven't really been seeing a lot of motivational pieces released for everyone to like stay inspired, stay motivated, never give up on your dreams. And then I'm also really big on generational wealth and leaving a legacy. So I know that this is something that is going to live on further than myself. So
Mhm.
that's another reason why.
I resonate with you whenever you say there's not enough motivation out there. I believe that whenever like we're in our community and stuff, we don't see enough like people pushing other people to do great things. It's all about me and what I'm getting kind of mindset. So whenever you were told me about your book and said my heart says yes and it said keep pushing like a day-to-day thing, like you just got to keep going no matter what people tell you. That's actually a very powerful message. And it's something that a lot of people really need to hear. So, I'm glad that you have this book and it's actually available for like the youngsters, I'm gonna say youngsters, to read it and also like help inspire them to keep going.
Yes, and you guys can actually get your book right now on Amazon. The hardcover is $20 and the paperback is 15. It is definitely just a powerful statement, like I said, that everyone can relate to. I've had so many testimonials come up to me, already just telling me how much it meant to them to read the book. And they know what that feeling is like because they're going through the same thing. And all of my pieces that I release is going to be full of integrity, motivation, upliftment, and it's going to be relatable, transparent, and raw.
Mhm.
So I think a lot of people when they read the book, because the cover art it automatically draws your attention and the title as well. So I think when parents buy it for their kids, so far I think a lot of parents probably think it's going to be like apples and oranges and but it's like I said, it's something everyone can relate to. So
Mhm.
everyone's gonna be able to get jewels, and I just highly recommend you get it right now on
And
Amazon.
basically, you're dropping nuggets for people even in the youth form.
Yes.
That's yeah, well, it's never too young for, anybody to follow their dreams for sure. But I wanna know, like, what made you wanna start being a writer? I mean, because that's it all starts somewhere. Like, what gave you the passion to write?
And I've always been writing poetry, but I've always just wrote it in my phone. And I've always loved picking up dictionaries. And when I was a kid, like I've always loved reading, I've always loved writing, I've always loved expanding my education.
There you
So I
go.
was, yes. So I was saying that so writing is something that I've always done since I was a kid, but a lot of the times I've always just kept it to myself. Like it's times where like I'll have however I'm feeling come to me and I'll just write it in my notes on my phone. So
Mhm,
this is the first project that I've actually shared with everyone. But I've always been reading since I was a kid. I've always loved picking up a dictionary whenever, just learning the words to throw into my vocabulary because I've always wanted to be able to adapt in any room that I go in. Like I don't care who's in the room, I know how to adapt and I know how to have smart and intelligent conversations with anybody. So I've just always had something weighing on me for the past year or two
mhm.
that I need to fully walk into my purpose. I can't halfway step in
Right.
and releasing my art, releasing my art in terms of writing poetry is something that just came upon me within a year ago. Um,
Mhm.
so hopefully that answered your question.
I did. I mean, not I think a lot of people, they start writing a little bit more when they get, older instead of when they're younger, and I think it's because their mentality or their focus changes, because 'cause they're obviously are gonna need a way to let all that creativity flow, and, the fact that you're doing it in a motivational way is really amazing, and I love that.
Yeah, around this time last year, I had lost one of my aunts, and she
Mhm,
was an entrepreneur as well. So I remember us always like being in the living room, talking for hours about like our goals and aspirations and how we couldn't wait to meet them, just as time goes on. So whenever she passed, um, I was like really in like a really bad place mentally. And as I wrote this, and this, I think that's the crazy thing about this. I'm writing a motivational piece, and when people read it, they probably had the assumption that I was just 100% happy during that time. But I was really sad during that time that I was writing that. So it was like, I can't stay down. I have to keep going. I have to stay motivated.
right.
So as I was walking in purpose, I was thinking about her at the same time. So I was taking the good with the bad as I was writing this.
Mhm. And so basically you were motivating yourself as you were writing it. You'd be like,
Yes.
"This is what I really need to do." So
Yes.
it's kind of
Yes.
like preaching to yourself. Like you got to follow your own steps. And has the book helped you in your own way? Has it helped you motivate you more?
Most definitely. Just like I said, being an entrepreneur, content creator, doing more interviews lately. I just always have to keep stepping in stepping on faith walk, being in uncomfortable situations, always stepping out of the box. But it's something where even when my mind is saying no, my heart is still saying yes.
Mhm.
And I'm not even trying to be funny, but I can literally say those four words. My heart says yes. And no matter what scenario I'm in, whether I'm about to perform in front of hundreds of people or X, Y, and Z, I can say those four words and it gives me a sense of like calm and peace. Like, all right, if it's meant for me, it's meant for me. It's gonna
Yeah,
work how it's supposed to.
I get that. I understand it. It's because, we have our ways of keeping ourselves motivated. And even in our own writings, our own songs, our own words, like even in our own journey, like when we talk to people, we're still like, I still have to like use those words. I have to eat my own words and I have to keep going. Even though I'm
Yeah,
telling you to go, I still got to keep telling myself to go because, nobody else is going to tell me, right? That's kind of how it is.
yeah, and then also being a personal trainer, we're
Mhm.
always the ones encouraging everyone around us 24/7, whether it's our clients, family members, like we always have this like motivation to motivate other people. Um,
Mhm.
but we also have those random doubts creeping in the back of our minds sometimes of that what if. So like I said, I'm also preaching to myself, like as I was writing this, like never give up, keep going. It's going to be scary. You're going to lose family members and friends along the way. However, I have to keep climbing.
Mhm. You have to keep going. I know a few friends of mine are really going through some hard time right now. They lost some loved ones and it's like I try to motivate them that their loved ones would not want them to be sad. They wouldn't want them to just stop living because that's not what our loved ones wanted us to do. They never want us to just stop living, stop going and stuff. So I know how the motivation part happens. Yeah, that's definitely something. Plus, you're a trainer, and I know whenever you're training someone, you still have to motivate them because I mean, trying to push someone to work out is a whole nother whole
Yeah.
nother discussion.
And I'm a power lifter as well. So
Mhm,
if I'm about to deadlift five
mhm,
hundred 500 pounds, or if I'm about to squat 400 pounds, or if I'm about to bench 400 pounds, I
mhm,
have to mentally be in sync with the weight that I'm about to move. Because if I'm not mentally in sync, like, all right, I'm about to lift this, I'm not going to lift it.
mhm.
So I have to always, especially like
Prepare.
yes, I have to be mentally strong before going in and attacking the weights as well.
Mhm. You there's a phrase that I had told somebody before about growth. So related as into a physical trainer, or if you're just working out and stuff, you're gonna have to hurt before you can grow. And it's like that with your muscles. If your muscles are hurting, it's part of the growth process. And it's like that with our lives too, right? So in that is kind of how it works. Without pain, you can't grow. And that's the same with our muscles and with our lives. Without pain, you can't grow. If you're
Most,
too comfortable, you're not gonna grow.
most definitely. And that's what I think of when I think of health. I think of the physical and the mental
Mhm,
aspect. Like to me, they're hand in hand.
mhm,
So if you're mentally strong, that can literally make you physically stronger. Because if you're mentally strong, the battles that you go through, the workouts that you do, it can make it seem easier because no matter how strong this is, how heavy this is, no matter what burden that I'm going through, I know that I'm going to get through this moment. Whether it's
mhm,
an hour workout or a 6 month period of you grieving from a lost one. So
mhm.
when you're mentally strong, it does help with your physical abilities as well, in my opinion.
For sure. I totally agree with that. I work out too. I don't know, you can tell, but I can't. No muscles there, no muscles there. Anyways. But no, that's really great. So, I would like to kind of go back in time. So we have a lot of young people that watch our channel. And if you were to talk to the youth right now about their journey in life, give them some solid advice, what would you tell them?
Do what you love. Like do what you would do for free if there were no such thing as bills. And I say that because if this is something that you genuinely love doing, I don't care what field you're in, everyone is going to have those doubts of I don't feel like getting out of bed today. I'm tired. But when you love doing it, it makes it a little bit easier to get out of bed and continue doing what you're doing. So if you're in the field doing something that you hate or just thinking about the money, Getting out of bed is going to be harder. You're going to have more stress on yourselves. Make sure that your diet is intact. So, eating lean meats, a lot of fruits and vegetables, and a lot of water. Because when you eat a lot of sugar and sodium, more than you're supposed to throughout your daily life, that does weigh you down, make you more sluggish. So, make sure that your diet is intact, you have the right people around you, your mental is intact as well. So make sure you're always stimulating your mind, reading new books, always challenging yourself with different types of hobbies. Never stay complacent, and never, ever, ever, ever get too comfortable. Because the good thing is nothing lasts forever, but the bad thing is nothing lasts forever. So if you're going through trials and tribulations, the good thing is that's not going to last forever. It may feel like it in the moment, but keep going forward, because you won't stay in a dark place for a long time. And then the other side of that coin is just make sure that you're always got that wheel turning.
Mhm. Absolutely. Such solid advice too, for sure. Like when you said like things that seem like they're gonna last forever and they don't, it's always good to have the next thing that you're interested in. So for my journey, I liked being a restaurant manager until I didn't. And then I wanted to do forensics until I realized there was so much more than I thought was there. And then I was like, okay, well, all right, well, I'll just go back and I'll do some modeling and stuff like that and started doing that. But then I was like, I really like talking to people, so that's why I have the channel now. It's like I do so much stuff, but I try not to stay just in one spot. I like to challenge myself.
And that was my thing. Like I could have been, I could have just got certified as a personal trainer and then worked at like Lifetime. And there's nothing wrong with that. If that's something that someone loves doing, then by all means do that. However,
Mhm.
for me, I've always wanted to create my own brand, and I always love stimulating my mind in different ways. So I train people, I make content, powerlifting, writing poetry, strength and conditioning. There's just so many different lanes and avenues to where 100% of my time is not being burnt out on one specific things. Um,
Right?
However, doing a lot of things at once, it can create, a sense of being burnt out. So know your limits and know what you can and can't put on your plate. So I say perfect your craft in one thing, and as you start to perfect that craft, then you can start to implement other things as well, because you don't want to burn yourself out too at the end of the day,
Mhm.
but also stimulate your mind.
Absolutely. And my media partner gets on to me all the time. He said, Rachel, you need to do more reading. He does. My media partner, A-list photography, he's just really awesome motivational person that's just like always saying you need to read Rachel, like keep yourself in the loop with everything. And I was like, no, I was like, I'm always on my computer, but he's like, no, no, no. Step away from the computer, open yourself a book, read a little bit more. I love books. I love reading. It's just I haven't had a lot of time. So I'm gonna start my New Year's resolution.
Have you seen the conversation about would you rather take $500,000 or dinner with Jay-Z?
I have not.
Well, it was a whole big debunkle about that on social
Mhm.
media. And my thing is, give me the money because because there's so many books out here where people are giving you the game on how to be successful. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So if you really want to be successful, get out there and open books and learn from your mistakes, because it's
Mhm.
not a conversation that a billionaire is going to tell you in a 1 hour setting that's just going to make you rich all of a sudden. And I think that's the thing that people need to understand is everyone wants, they don't want to enjoy the journey. They just want quick, instant results. That's why everyone's running for a lottery ticket. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'll be in line for a lottery ticket every now and then. but enjoying the journey along the way, reading and always learning something new every day. Every day you
Mhm.
should learn something new. I don't care if it's a random fun fact on grass. You need to be learning something new.
Yes, continue growing. Your mind is your most powerful organ that you have, so you have to utilize it for sure. Because it functions everything in our body, including reading. So if you read, you're going to start knowing things. You're going to know how to read your body. You're going to know how to take care of your body. You're going to know how to think different. You're going to know how to be more powerful, like as far as your knowledge. So yeah, why not? So definitely, I agree with you. Totally going to read. I'm going to start my New Year's resolution. I'm going to start reading more. I hope A-List is watching this because he'll be proud of me right now. But yeah, I want to talk about your next book that you have coming up. Tell me about that one.
um, I don't want to go too deep into it right now. How because I want to focus on this book first. My
Mhm,
heart says yes.
mhm.
However, what I can say is with this new book coming top of the year, um, I don't want to give too much details about that right now.
Okay,
However,
not too much detail.
right, it's just it's going to be another perspective.
Mhm. Another
Uh,
perspective book. Okay.
most definitely a
Okay.
motivational perspective book.
Oh, awesome. Are you looking to be booked for some spoken poetry contests and things like that?
Definitely 2024. I'm going to be doing a lot more open mics, poetry nights that I'm very excited for because people just need to hear this message. So I can't wait to be traveling, going to schools, doing open mics, poetry nights. So, but you think they're ready to hear the book now?
I think they are. I think that we need more poets out there that are receiving positive messages and giving them to people. Like, I've met a lot of poets, especially this year. I've interviewed at least, I don't know, like 5 or 6 poets on my show. And it's almost like every time I talk to one of you, it's y'all have an inspiring message behind your poetry. So either it's a story of a struggle or a motivation or how to get over a process that you went through. And it's been like so rejuvenating to hear it. I'm like, yes, please get out there. Tell these people about positive stuff. That's what we want to do.
Are
So
you ready?
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. My heart says yes by Kamione Chambers. My mind says no, but my heart says yes. Should I follow my dreams to be my best? I'm scared to fail and let myself down. But if I conquer, I can have the crown. Why should I care what others think? I'm very strong minded, I'm not weak. I believe in myself because I know I can. Just say the word and I'll start the plan. My fear can't stop me from getting to the top. Fast as a bunny, I just have to hop. But there's still some things I just don't get. Why do some see happiness as a threat? I learn from my mistakes as I go along the way. I must move forward so I cannot stay. Climbing the stairs and unable to see ahead, not knowing what's next is something that I dread. My purpose is calling my name loud and clear. I won't let it get past me as something that I fear. I can't be on my journey and compare it to one another. I wish nothing but the best to those I call my brother. It may be some people who don't believe in my vision. So moving forward with my dream is my ultimate decision. I know I can do it, but can't help the doubts because the victories will whisper, but my failures will shout. If it's truly my time, then lead me to the light because when it comes to my vision, there's no limit or height. So you must keep going to reach your full potential because when you do it from your heart, the integrity is essential. So never settle for less and talk down your worth because you'll always have a purpose since the day of your birth. And never live a life full of regrets. This is why when my mind says no, my heart says yes.
All
On
right.
Amazon right now.
Go get your copy. Go get it right now.
Go get it right now. The hardcover 20 and the paperback 15 on Amazon.
That's amazing. Y'all please go get your copy right now. Like you said, it's right over there for sure. Well, thank you for your time today. I'm so glad to be able to meet up with you and talk about your book. It's very exciting.
Yes, I'm very excited. Can't wait for what the future holds. More projects. You guys want to see more of that coming out. And like I said, I've been dropping all types of videos on my YouTube. Like I said, Montel Fitness, M as in Mary, O, N as in Nancy, Teil. Fitness is all one word. And you guys can also follow me on Instagram at Montel Motivation. You guys can be seeing my journey over these next couple of years, just as I go do open mics, talking at schools, just anywhere, just spreading the message of motivation and upliftment. And you know why that is? Because my heart says yes.
I love that. Y'all please go like, subscribe, support. As you know, What's Up Dallas Magazine is all about positivity in the DFW and those that are making an impact. So please Google me, What's Up Dallas Magazine. I'm all over social media. And thank you all for watching.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Thanks.